Hello BookTube, my name is Elizabeth and welcome back to the Owlery. Today is Vlogmas Day 10 and today I'm going to be doing a video about all of my favorite magic systems. This is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while because in fantasy, two of my favorite things are the religious system and the unique magic systems. So if it has unique religious and magic systems in a fantasy novel, then it's definitely like standout for me. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about all of my favorite magic systems that I've read about in young adult fantasy. And the first one, I'm just going to get it out of the way right now, it's of course Harry Potter. And now, I like wand magic, I like the huge world that J.K. Rowling created, and I feel like this is just everyone kind of guessed that I would already talk about this book, so I'm not going to talk about it for very long, but it does have a really great system. I mean, J.K. Rowling, for the amount of different types of spells and things that she created, it's just a huge world to create and think of, and I have to commend her for that because I am not that original, and I think she did a really, really good job with all of the different spells and all the different types of classes that you can take at Hogwarts too. Like, it's not just about spells and wand magic. You could also do divination and potions and just like so many really cool things that are in this world that aren't necessarily unique, but J.K. Rowling made it her own and created all these different types of spells, and I think that was just amazing. Next is from the Truth Witch series by Susan Dennard, and I think this is really cool because it is very unique. I had never seen anything like this before, where a Truth Witch can detect truths and lies, and a Thread Witch sees the threads that combine like people. Like, I believe, it's been a while since I read the book, but I believe she can see the threads that combine like friends and family members and true love, and I think that that is like so cool. The Thread Witch idea was just really awesome. And the next book that's coming out is Wind Witch, and I'm assuming that has something to do with doing the elements, which isn't necessarily very unique, but I'm excited to see what Susan Dennard does with it because I had never heard of a Thread Witch, and I had never thought of that. Like, I'd never really read it in a different book or in folklore or anything like that. So I think that's really unique, and I'm really excited to see what other types of witches Susan Dennard comes up with for this world. And like I said, we might already know about some of them, but it's been a long time since I read Truth Witch, and I was in the middle of moving, I believe, around that time, and I just didn't retain all the information. I'm gonna have to reread that before Wind Witch comes out, but I just remember being obsessed with the world that Susan Dennard created and how unique and cool it was. The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson has a small bit of magic that can be easily overlooked in the first book, but it really comes into play in like the second and third books, and it's called The Knowing. And basically, the first daughter of Morgan, who is basically the princess, the daughter of the king and queen, has this gift called The Knowing. And we come to find out that in this world, a lot of other women have the knowing. It's not just like the princess. And it's basically kind of like a foresight of being able to see what's going to happen next, or like an instinct. And I thought that that was really cool, the way that Mary E. Pearson used this in this world and used it as kind of like leverage and for different characters to get their way and defend their actions was really interesting. Not to mention that the whole series is amazing, even if you take out the magical aspect of it. The characters and the love story and the suspense, and it's just so good. One of my favorite series of all time, and the magic system that Mary E. Pearson created in this just gave it that extra like step up for me, and it just is perfect. The Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard and I have a love-hate relationship. Like, both the first two books, Red Queen and Glass Sword, I half hated and half loved for many different reasons. And but I do have to commend the magic system on this. I think it's really cool. From what I remember, and it's been a while, that when a mother and a father have a child and they have different magical abilities, they can create children with like a combination of the magical abilities. And while this magic system, or like the abilities that these characters have, really have like an X-Men type feel to it, it's still really interesting to me. I love reading about kids who have special abilities or magical abilities or you know, things like this. I think it's really, really cool. The Girl from Everywhere is about time travel, but the way that the characters time travel, I thought was just epic. They need a map, and a person who knows how to do this time traveling ability can go to the map. Like, if the map was of, let's say, Boston in 1776, then that person would go to Boston in 1776 just by having this map of Boston in 1776. And they could go to, I believe they could go to real life places and places in fictional stories. And I thought that that was really, really cool. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, you can't use the same map twice, or you can't go to the same place twice. So I don't really think I like that aspect of it. I mean, it was a cool plot twist to the story and really made there be like conflict and stuff like that, but for the magic system itself, I kind of wish that wasn't a thing. But for the fact that if you have a map of anywhere in the world, you can go there, and it was just so cool. I cannot wait until the next book in this series comes out. I don't remember the name of it, but I'll put it here, and I'm just really, really excited. This was an epic story, and I can't wait. Same thing with Passenger by Alexandra Bracken is another really good time travel story, but the way that they time travel in their magic system is a little bit more complicated, and I really liked The Girl from Everywhere's time travel type magic system a little bit better. And last but not least, Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. Their magic system is basically that the monarch of their country, and there are 4 different countries that have this spring, summer, winter, and fall, they have like a conduit, like a thing that gives them the magic, and each monarch uses that conduit in a different way. Like, for example, I think it was spring, their king uses their conduit to make them have very strong military presence, and one of the other kingdoms uses their conduit to have a really strong mining, like they use it so that their citizens are really good miners and they make most of their money through mining. And I feel like the most interesting part about the magic system, if I gave it to you, was a spoiler, so you really have to take my word for it that this has a really amazing magic system if you haven't read Snow Like Ashes. The 3rd and final book in this trilogy just came out, and I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but it's definitely on the top of my TBR once the Young Adult Books Awards is over. I cannot wait to read it and find out what happens in this story. It's supposed to be really, really good, and I'm just really excited. So definitely take my word for it. This is a great magic system and a great story. I just can't tell you exactly what it is because of the spoilers. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite magic systems are in books, and definitely check out the description because it has all of my links to my social media and other places around the internet where you can talk to me about books. I love connecting with you guys. If you want to watch my most recent video, you can click right there, or if you'd like to subscribe, click right there. That would make me oh so happy. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! And I'm rambling. Ramble, 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 ramble.